Welcome back to another AHA video. Today we're going to talk about the top 5 skills for goalies if you're a butterfly goalie. Now before we get into the video, I want to preface, being a butterfly goalie isn't the standard, isn't the norm, it's not the best anymore. You need to be agile, you need to be athletic, you need to be able to read shots, stay on your feet when you have to. There's a bunch of different components to it, but I know a lot of you still identify as a butterfly style goalie, so we're going to get into it for you. These tips aren't from us, these skills aren't from us, they're from coaches we've spoken with. Number 1 is mastering the butterfly technique. What that means is making sure you're landing flat. You're landing with your knees closed so that there's no 5-hole opening. You're able to spread your butterfly and get a nice flare and cover that bottom end of the net, right? You want to make sure that when you're dropping hard and fast. You're slamming on your knees rather than on your ankles. This way you're leaning forwards and not backwards. You're staying on top of the puck. You have a nice tight seal. Those are the basics to a butterfly technique. Number 2 is the angle, right? You want to make sure that you have to be square and on angle when you're going in a butterfly. And I know that's a standard position for goalie, but it's the same thing when you're in your butterfly. Just because I drop, if I'm not facing the shooter, I'm not covering the net properly. I need to be facing, that puck's got to be right between my 2 legs. And then between the 2 posts, they have to converge onto that puck to give you that perfect angle, right? That's what's being square and that's what's being on angle. Those are the 2 differences. You want to make sure that when you're dropping, you form that perfect triangle and it aligns and covers the bottom end of the net. That is the point of the butterfly. Number 3, the lateral efficiency. Now what that means, you got to be able to move in your butterfly. You need to be fast, crisp, have great edge work. You have to be able to stop and change direction in a split second. You need to be able to pick and push and get there quickly, right? The best butterfly goalies have the best edges and the fastest agile reactions. When a guy's coming down on the breakaway and he goes one way, fakes and goes the other way, you need to be able to catch that edge and push across with great power to make sure that you get there on time and you make that save. If you're gonna classify yourself as a butterfly goalie, this is your bread and butter. Nobody beats you laterally when you're on your knees. You want to be able to rotate and get into that post, into that RVH in a nice, clean, crisp push and get there on point, right? You get your toe bridge onto that post, you hold it, you lock it. You want to be able to get off the RVH easily, get a good, strong push to land on your feet. Number 4 is the obvious one, it's rebound control. If you're going to be a butterfly goalie, you better be able to use your pads properly. You better be able to put those pucks in the corner, kick them away from the opponents. You don't want to be kicking pucks in the wrong direction to the wrong guys. Technically speaking, you shouldn't be kicking at all. You should be using your stick to deflect pucks in the corner. That's the whole point of using the stick and having a hockey stick, especially for you goalies that went down in the size so that it fits comfortably in your butterfly. Your rebound control in a butterfly is super important because if you give up a bad rebound, you're putting yourself in a bad situation. And number 5 is your stamina. And why do I say stamina? Because butterfly goalies have to move a lot more. Usually because they're in a smaller, more condensed position, they have to be more aggressive, they have to be more powerful, more explosive, and a little bit more all over the place. And if you're gonna do that, it's gonna take a lot of energy, a lot of brain power to make sure you're in the right position, you're using it at the right time, you're making the right save. And you can see how the faster I get, the more I repeat these things because that's what goes into making a good save and being a good goalie. And again, if you're gonna qualify yourself as a butterfly style goalie, these are 5 components that coaches value and look at and matter to them. The biggest one, if you ask my personal opinion, is that lateral movement. It is key with how fast the game is and how skilled these players are nowadays. You need to be moving laterally, left and right, no problem. Nobody ever have to worry about you getting beat by speed. Work on it. Get on the blue line, power push one way, power push the other way. 2-1, 1 back, 2-1, 1 back. You just keep going and you keep doing exercises like this that can build your legs, build your power, practice your edge control and your quick stops. And in the games, use it. Make sure you don't get beat. Now again, I don't recommend being a butterfly goalie. Nowadays that there is no such thing. So if you do consider yourself a butterfly goalie, work on these 5 skills. It'll help you in your next game. It'll help you get recruited. If you found this helpful, watch this one or this one. Thank you for watching another video. I'll see you guys in the next one.